remember sitting in my room, anxiously trying to muster up the courage to click on the link from my college that I had been recently accepted to. This was my dream college, the one I've wanted to go to for so long. They just sent me my award letter to see how much I would have to pay every year. At first, I didn't really understand it. It was just a bunch of letters and numbers. But after I took a closer look and I did a lot of Googling, I figured out that they were asking me to pay about $40,000 a year. I kept looking at it over and over again, trying to make sure that it wasn't true. This couldn't be. They met 100% of need. I immediately started to look into community college. I started to look into in-state schools or other cheaper option for me, because I knew that my mother, who's the single mother, sole breadwinner, and who makes about $60,000 a year, would never be able to afford it. I started to think of ways that I could convince her that the school that I had been badgering her about for about 2 years or so was no longer the school I wanted to go to, even though that wasn't true. I remember feeling the sting of my tears roll down my face as I realized that the future I had all laid out and planned out for myself was no longer a possibility. And so the next day in school, I broke down again, but this time it was in front of my college counselor. As tonight's theme is about journey, I thought it was appropriate for me to share a bit about my journey and how I got to where I am and how APR has had such a huge impact in my life. So there is more to the story, but before I continue, I think it's appropriate for us to first take a look at what APR was like before all of this started. Even though I spent a large portion of my senior year in China with 3 of my other peers, let's take a look of what it was like while I was away.
At the Academy of the Pacific Rim Charter Public School, we are proud of our success and always striving to grow and improve, much like our students. We empower students of all racial and ethnic backgrounds to reach their full potential. Teachers work behind the scenes to set up experiences where students take ownership and show leadership in the classroom.
I feel empowered to make a difference in my life because I feel as though the community has given me so much feedback and so much encouragement. I feel like I can break barriers that were there in front of me for almost my whole life.
At APR, we are focused on deeper learning. Deeper learning empowers students because it provides them an opportunity to play the whole game. We believe in tasks that create opportunities for mastery, student voice, and choice in authentic spaces. When you walk into a classroom, you will often see student discussion, seminar, or debate.
I feel empowered at APR when I am listened to by my teachers and peers. What empowerment feels like to me is that you are watched, heard, and understood.
Student voices are one of the most crucial components of the learning process on all levels, intellectually, socially, and in growing this community of focused minds and big hearts.
I feel empowered to make a difference in my community so that I can give back and be a leader for others.
As you can see, APR was a place filled with focused minds and big hearts. But then the pandemic happened. Let's cut to a news flash created by middle school students to see what it is like now.
Hello, welcome back to another special episode of
APR News. As we know, APR has taken an online class approach due to high amounts of COVID-19 in the area.
Here in Hyde Park, we have just taken a different route along our path to college. We will still love our teachers and miss them, but we are all in this new way of learning. 3 things you should know.
All students took their Chromebooks home, and students are stepping up and using Google Classroom, Zoom, and all sorts of apps to continue to learn and achieve.
2. We're building a virtual community for this broadcast, which is completed weekly, as well as through events like the May 19th celebration and our After Dark/Gyps performance art shows.
Our teachers even created a special wellness and creativity website with all sorts of amazing activities. Ms. Lima created a 21-day fitness challenge. We know we'll be together in the future, but until then, we are staying safe and learning through other ways.
Thanks, Adam. Thank you for that amazing video. I'll see you at our next SBA meeting tomorrow. As you can all see, APR is still an amazing, vibrant place. And on a personal note, I am still talking to my college counselor every single day, looking into other options, and also filling out what feels like 47,000 scholarships, but it's probably closer to 20. And it gives me some comfort during this time knowing that there are other people who have gone through the same journey as I have and figured out a way to make it through. We're soon gonna meet one of these amazing alumni and see what his journey was like.
Hi everybody, I'd like to give a quick shout out to all the students, teachers, and staff members of APR for going through this crazy time at the moment. And now more than ever, we are truly embodying our motto of focused minds and big hearts, of sticking with one another and still helping each other go through these crazy times. As you know, my journey at APR is coming to an end, which I am truly sad about. But if one thing APR has taught me, that is love and care and community, and what that truly means. So from the bottom of my heart, I am truly thankful. Thank you.
Thanks, DJ. That was totally unplanned. I guess a Zoom meeting wouldn't be a Zoom meeting without a Zoom bomber. Now, where was I? DJ, you messed me up. DJ is not the senior I spoke of. He is actually a classmate of mine who makes me laugh all the time in the hallway. So I guess this is to be expected. Thanks for the positive message, DJ. Now let's transition to APR class of 2016 alum, who is now a senior at Holy Cross. Please welcome Adonis Pitts.
Thank you for the introduction, Frenay. The Academy of the Pacific Rim is a very unique community in many ways. First, it is a small school-like family, and second, it is a community composed of high-achieving, mostly students of color, who are given a quality education which allow them to access spaces students and people of color are not traditionally allowed. It has undoubtedly informed and shaped the person that I am today and the person that I hope to be in the future. Today, I strive to excel academically for the sake of communities I consider myself to be part of. In particular, APR has given me the confidence that I need to stand up for people, society, and many powerful institutions have turned their back on. Oftentimes, when I'm out in the world trying to live my best life, in college and in summer internships, I think of APR. I think of the teachers, the students, and the many administrators. I often think of the ways I was encouraged by all of my teachers beginning in 5th grade with Miss Weston and Miss Terrence and so many others. And I think of the ways I was pushed to excel, to become a better version of myself, to become a better thinker, a better student, and a better person. One of the memories I think back to was in chemistry class during my junior year with Miss NT. There was one time when Miss NT was returning back tests to students, and when she got to me, she said something to the effect of, "You almost received a perfect score." She did not say this in a way that was eager or excited. She said it a lot more seriously. This left me feeling a bit discouraged at first. When she finally returned the test back to me, I received a pretty good score, like a 90-something. And I remember feeling overjoyed and excited. But then I remember thinking, why was Miss NT in such a fuss? I received a pretty good score, I thought. But it was that right there. She didn't want me to settle. I think Miss NT believed in myself and my potential a lot more than I did at that point. So while my joy for that grade did not subside, I remember from that moment forward always being eager to work harder and excel past the average and past the bare minimum. This is not the only instance where teachers or my peers have uplifted and encouraged me to be a better version of myself, whether it was through a bit of tough love like Miss NT showed me, or through the constant reminders the class of 2016 got about our potential and how important it was for us to constantly be working towards achievement. I am forever grateful for the instillment of these values of persistence and care for the community, as they have already proven to be such life-changing ones. Before I hand it back to Frenay, I want to take a moment to thank APR for standing with alumni during these challenging and uncertain times. Just days after the pandemic closed down the world, APR awarded $12,000 in microgrants to APR alumni. Thank you all to your focused minds and big hearts. Take care.
Thank you, Adonis, for sharing your story. I remember seeing you in the hallways when I was in 8th grade as a senior. You're an absolute inspiration. Thank you.
Oh yeah, and Frenay, where are you going to college again?
DJ, you're going to have to wait because I must introduce our next guest. Our next guest has had such an amazing journey, and her resume is so packed that I could not memorize it all. So I'm going to read it. Lisa Adora Wachuku, or Adora, is a senior HR manager for global functions at Reebok. After graduating from APR, she attended Boston College. During her senior year at BC, she received the WCV Joyce Award in recognition for her graduate civic engagement and her plan to continue public service as a volunteer at the Primary Health Development Board in Abuja, Nigeria. There, she focused on the education prevention of maternal mortality in northern Nigeria. Soon after, she started her career as an HR project assistant in the Clinton Foundation in Lagos, Nigeria. Adora, congratulations on your amazing journey and welcome back.
Hello everyone, I hope you and your families are staying safe, well, and healthy during these challenging times. I sincerely wish we were able to celebrate together in person, but I'm truly grateful we can still remain connected even though it's virtual. My name is Lisa Darawachuku, and I graduated from the Academy of the Pacific Rim in 2007 and later went on to graduate from Boston College in 2011. I'm currently the Senior HR Manager at Reebok for Global Functions. When I think about APR's vision of focused mind and a big heart, I can't help but reminisce on my 7 very long yet exciting years as a student there. While at APR, I participated in the student government. I was co-captain of the women's basketball team, Go Dragons. I was co-chair of the student newspaper, and I was also a student ambassador. However, beyond the classroom and extracurricular activities that I participated in, I was also struggling with a very severe speech impediment. Going through this experience as a teenager was extremely trying for me because I knew that I could put words together well in my head and formulate sentences, but they just couldn't come out. And as you can imagine, this was particularly frustrating while trying to communicate with my friends and other classmates. Luckily for me, I was blessed to have compassionate teachers and administrators that not only supported me, but also created plans with me in order to build my confidence around public speaking and overcoming my fears of reading out loud in class and in front of the rest of the student body. Thinking back to specific moments throughout my APR journey, one example that comes to mind is Mr. Wood's science class. During popcorn reading time, Mr. Wood will walk down the classroom aisle and gently tap on my shoulder and whisper, "I'm going to call on you in 5 paragraphs. Please make sure that you're ready." That simple yet mighty gesture calmed my anxiety, which was the main source of my stutter. It gave me the reassurance that I needed to read out loud in front of the classroom with confidence. Part of the reason I'm able to stand here in front of you all today is due to the never-ending support and encouragement that I received as a student from the faculty at APR. My journey with public speaking is far from over, but it has come a long way from what it was, and I owe a lot of that from my time and growth at APR. I would like to leave you all with a few words today. Never be afraid to ask for help and seek support from the faculty. They're truly there to help you become the very best versions of yourself, and they're committed to helping you make sure that your dreams come true. Thank you all for tuning in to APR's 2020 Virtual Celebration of Community. Please stay safe and continue to practice social distancing. Take care of yourselves.
Thank you, Adora, for sharing your amazing journey. This actually reminds me of an interview that Michelle Obama did recently, where she was asked by a student, what was it like transitioning back to normal after your life got interrupted? And in response, she said, it's not about getting back on track. It's about creating my next track. This is new for all of us. This is a very different situation. But through it all, me and my peers are looking ahead. And one thing that has been clear to me is that APR has made and continued to make students who not only thrive in the classroom, but are able to make a difference after graduation. Though this is a hard time, one thing that everybody must remember is that once an APR dragon, always an APR dragon. So I want to thank Adonis and Adora for being such inspirations to me and for sharing their journey tonight. Oh, and the end of my story, just so that DJ doesn't call me up afterwards. After I talked to my guidance counselors, they helped me appeal my award letter multiple times, and they helped me apply for multiple scholarships. Though my journey is not at an end, and I still have ways to go, I have received enough money to be able to say proudly that I will be attending my dream school of Smith College in the fall. Smith class of 2024. Woo!
Oh shoot! Okay, hold on. We gotta have a victory dance for Renee. Hey, Renee's going to Smith. Hey, Renee's going to Smith. Hey, Renee's going.
Thanks, DJ. You're gonna have to teach me those moves when I see you again. And with that, I will hand it off to Mr. Blasdale to close us off.
Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Adora. Thank you, Adonis. And yes, thank you, DJ. Thanks to the middle school students. You know, I can't tell you how much fun it was to actually co-design and co-produce this event with our students. As we are all taking 3 steps forward and 2 steps back, as we are creating our own new track, we need each other. And to do right by these incredible students, this incredible group of alumni, we need your support. And I humbly ask for your financial support tonight. We set a goal of $50,000 and we're a little over halfway there. So if you can take a moment now to go to the chat box, you will see our website address, pacrim.org. Click on that, and then at the top right, there's a support button. Every gift counts. Your gifts tonight will touch the lives of students who are catching up in their learning this summer. Your gifts tonight will touch the lives of our seniors who are scrambling to find dollars to pay for college deposits and book fees. Your gifts tonight will continue to support our alumni. And finally, they will allow us to continue to recreate APR in this new context in a way that honors our long-term commitment to focused minds and big hearts. Thank you. Be well, stay connected, and good night.